It's time for our daily dose of cope, and we have the Honorable Reverend Leopards Jenkins at the news anchor's desk today. Man, and these MAGA supporters are madder than fish grease over this Jeffrey Epstein file situation, or the lack of list. Let's get into some of it, because this is now MAGA versus Trump. They are melting down, and I am here for it. Let's take it away, Reverend. I want to start with this tweet from Billy Baldwin. Billy Baldwin says, MAGA, show us the Epstein files. Trump, deport Rosie O'Donnell. So MAGA is coming for Trump in this lack of list. And what does he do? Attack Rosie O'Donnell, because yes, that makes complete sense. He says, because of the fact that Rosie O'Donnell is not in the best interest of our great nation, I am giving serious consideration to taking away her citizenship. She is a threat to humanity and should remain in the wonderful country of Ireland if they want her. God bless America. And to that, Rosie O'Donnell says, hey, Donald, you're rattled again. 18 years later, and I still live rent-free in that collapsing brain of yours. You call me a threat to humanity, but I'm everything you fear. A loud woman, a queer woman, a mother who tells the truth, and an American who got out of the country before you set it ablaze. You build walls. I build a life for my autistic kid in a country where decency still exists. You crave loyalty. I teach my children to question power. You sell fear golf courses. I make art about surviving trauma. You lie, you steal, you degrade. I nurture, I create, I persist. You are everything that is wrong with America, and I am everything that you hate about what's still right with it. You want to revoke my citizenship? Go ahead and try, King Joffrey with the tangerine spray tan. I'm not yours to silence. I never was. Rosie. I love it. I love that clapback. So ever since the DOJ said that there was no list, people, MAGA, have been melting down. They have been triggered, I would say. Donald Trump took to his live social page to say, what's going on with my boys, and in some cases, gals? They're going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is doing a fantastic job. We're on one team, MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world, and selfish people are trying to hurt it. All over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. For years, it's Epstein over and over again. Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, Crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration who conned the world with Russia hoax? 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, and more. They created the Epstein files, just like they created the fake Hillary Clinton / Christopher Steele dossier that they used on me, and now my so-called friends are playing right into their hands. Why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? If there was anything in there that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? They haven't even given up on the JFK or Martin Luther King Jr. files. No matter how much success we have had securing the border, deporting criminals, fixing the economy, energy dominance, a safer world where Iran will not have nuclear weapons, is never enough for some people. We are about to achieve more in 6 months than any other administration in over 100 years. And we have so much to do. We are saving our country and making America great again, which we will continue to be our complete priority. I'm going to stop there. Obviously, you can see it is an essay, but let's get into some of the responses to this post. This is a Facebook post from a man named Anthony saying, I have always been a proud Trump supporter. I believe in the message of putting America first, draining the swamp, and standing for truth. I supported many of his ideas, especially around protecting children, exposing corruption, and restoring American values. But after reading this statement, I am shocked and disgusted. Donald Trump calling the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein a waste of time and energy is horrifying. We're talking about child abuse, rape, human trafficking, and the global elite circle that has preyed on the vulnerable for decades. This isn't politics, it's basic morality. And any leader who minimizes that is failing the American people on the most fundamental level. If Trump or anyone thinks it's okay to downplay the release of the Epstein files, they are part of the problem. Victims deserve justice, the truth deserves sunlight, and the American people deserve answers. If Republicans ignore this or try to spin it, they'll lose in the midterms. They'll lose the midterms, and they should. This is bigger than party. It's about right and wrong. An absolute embarrassment. We should all be demanding accountability, no matter who is involved or which side of the aisle they're on. God bless the victims, God bless the truth, and God bless America and nowhere else. And then we need an eagle to fly. I don't know if eagles make noises, but sorry, that just felt right. That felt right. I did something. I did it for you. I actually had to create an account on this live social network. They wouldn't let me just peek in anymore so I could take screenshots. I actually had to make an account. It's a fake account, but I made an account. Anyways, I can now just bring to you these screenshots. These are people that are responding to Trump's live social posts. So this is Dwayne saying, this is going to cost you so many supporters. I being one of them. I have been to multiple rallies and even was there on January 6th. This is one of the main things that needs fixed. Our two-tiered system of justice needs to end, even though he was there on January 6th when these people stormed the Capitol and took out people's lives. But he's talking about, okay. The hypocrisy, the mental gymnastics. I'm sorry. We, the people, are tired of it. They can't be charged with child trafficking without there being perpetrators. Alan Dershowitz, who is also accused of being one of them, has seen the list. He went to defend himself. We want the guilty to pay, and it appears you or a loved one was on it, and you want this to go away. Everyone I know is upset about this, and it will take out MAGA, which we all have supported 100%. This is why we don't trust the government. No transparency unless it is something you want us to see, okay? Unless this is something Trump wants us to see. Please reconsider, sincerely. Why is he going to reconsider this? If you know that he's on this, if you know one of his loved ones is on this, why do you, Dwayne, think he's going to reconsider this? I need you to use one of your 2 brain cells. Zach Lamphere says, my wanting PDF files to be punished for their crimes doesn't make me less of a patriot, but more. I don't understand the reason for your current attitude, and frankly, I'm beyond the point of caring. I do care about justice, whether you approve or not. They do not give a damn about justice. Why would they applaud and cheer the January 6ers getting out, even though they destroyed property, destroyed lives, caused people to die or take themselves out? They don't care about truth and justice. That's the reason why this is laughable. This is why it's laughable that they are like melting down over this. They finally got to a bridge that is just way too far. Now we have Rosie, not Rosie O'Donnell. This is Rosie the MAGA. She says, this statement breaks my heart, Mr. President. I have 4 daughters and live in Texas, where most families lost little children. I can't even begin to comprehend the flipped narrative that it was so long ago. Why are we still talking about this and nobody should care? These victims were someone's daughters, nieces, sisters, nieces, granddaughter, someone's child. Please reconsider, sir. I voted for everything you're doing. Accountability was not something negotiable. Chrissy has questions. She says, well, why did Pam string us along with Bindergate, calling it phase 1? And then she went on Fox and said the files were on her desk. And then they were in the Southern District of New York. Then it was her telling a nanny at lunch that there's tens of thousands of child corn. Then it was a presser. Then it was a doctor prison video and an unsigned and undated memo dropped to Axios on your stellar holiday weekend. Axios? Really? And you think we're the bad guys questioning and demanding answers? Who is advising you? They need fired now. How are they going to advise this man? Like literally, y'all know that this man is not okay. He is on he's in the files. He's on the list. That's why they are protecting him. This person who chose the name Extremely Stable Genius dropped this meme. It says the US government really outdid themselves, making Diddy innocent and Epstein's client list disappear all in the same week. Yeah, this is literally to Donald Trump. These people are mad. And then this person drops this meme. It says, in other words, Ghislaine Maxwell becomes the very first person ever to be convicted of trafficking children to nobody. Absolutely nobody. She's sitting in jail. There's no list. Why is she in jail? Why hasn't anyone talked to her? It's very interesting, very suspect. Ike, he has a face. It is painted with the American flag. You know he's a patriot. He's proud to be an American. Okay, Americans care because there needs to be accountability. Without accountability, the same sickos that were his customers are likely still abusing children. On top of that, it is a slap in the face to the many victims that have come forward or people that are living with the memories of a ruined childhood. This can't be swept under the rug. God bless the victims. Gary says, if there's no crime, why is Ghislaine doing time? No victims. Make the files public. And then we have part of MAGA. This is a black woman MAGA, Yadusha Jones, saying, I hear you, but we're not talking about a stolen election, robbery, or fraud. We're talking about children. You have our support, but we need accountability and arrest for these children. Y'all not getting it. Y'all are not getting it. And just a reminder, y'all remember when the MAGA influencers went to the White House and they were holding up their binders. All right, so MAGA influencers get their binders labeled the Epstein files, but downplay revelations. A group of 15 right-wing MAGA influencers visited the White House on Thursday and emerged with binders labeled the Epstein files. Phase 1 that they obtained from Attorney General Pam Bondi, who has vowed to release information held by the Justice Department about the late ex-offender Jeffrey Epstein. This was February 27th. The crazy thing is the Trump administration really thinks that we're not going to pull these receipts. Like, this stuff literally wasn't just this year. Do they think that they have one of those little lights that flashes and everybody's memory gets erased or the internet gets erased? Why are they doing this? Here are the MAGA influencers holding their binders. This dude, Chris Prather, he has his hat right there because he can't wear it because he got the cowboy hat. You know, he's proud to be an American. He got his red hat. He got his cowboy hat. You know, he's wearing some cowboy boots. He probably does sing American songs in his car. So back in February, he says, today I met with President Trump, VP J.D. Vance, Attorney General Pam Bondi, and FBI Director Kash Patel in the Oval Office. They handed me a binder of the Epstein files, the most transparent administration in American history. The best part, this is just the start. Attorney General Pam Bondi confirmed there are thousands more Epstein file documents being secretly held in the Southern District of New York, and they will be delivered to the DOJ in D.C. by February 28th. People will be going to jail for what they have done. And then he took to Twitter. He is making a cry face. He is not singing American songs right here. He made this caption. President Trump has released a statement defending AG Pam Bondi and seemingly minimized the seriousness of the Epstein case. My plea to Trump. The Epstein case matters, sir, and it's not going away. I still support you, Mr. President, and support your agenda. Let's do the right thing and let the truth finally reveal itself. The truth is not coming out. Oh, I called that man Chris. His name is Chad. I'm sorry, Chad. That was my bad. My bad, Chad. That was definitely not purposeful. But he is crying. He got the cry face emoji right here. This is literally what is going to make them melt down and turn against him. Not Chad, of course. He says, I still support you, because they are really making their brains turn off, thinking that Trump isn't on it and that this is all the fault of Pam Bondi. Okay. Y'all let me know what you think about all of this. Join the conversation, like, comment, and share.
I voted for Donald Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. I am prepared to die on this hill. If Donald Trump is part of the Epstein list as why he has decided to pretend like it doesn't exist anymore, then the war that I've been waging on liberals and everyone that has been completely insane, I plan to wage on Donald Trump if he cannot explain or make sense of this soon. It's pointing to that he is implicated to the fullest degree if he is going to pretend like this doesn't exist. Jeffrey Epstein isn't a big deal. What he said today, I was like, bro.
I just want to start by saying that if you had any self-awareness whatsoever, which I understand is a bridge too far in most instances, especially this one, you would realize that all of those insane people and liberals that you've been waging war against might have been right about a lot of other things too, including and especially fucking this, which we have been nonstop fucking talking about this. The most surprising thing is that this is a surprise to you. Honestly.
These motherfuckers are gonna make me buy a gun. I'm done with stressing, get my Smith & Wesson on, God. They come for my rights 'cause they can't take my light, and they hate me for shining so bright. They come with their anger, but darling, they ain't never met mine. They're sorely mistaken if they thought I'd lay down and die. Damn cowards had better come